Good evening. My name is Elizabeth Francis, and tonight I'm going to talk about Thomas Jefferson's legacy, or my interpretation of Thomas Jefferson's legacy. We hold these truths to be self evident that all men are created equal, that they are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights, that among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. These are the words of founding father Thomas Jefferson, written in the Declaration of Independence. These words greatly reflect the legacy of Jefferson, who was born on April 13th of 1743 in Shadwell, Virginia. Jefferson was the third president of the United States. He is commonly known for his role in the American Revolution and for drafting the Declaration of Independence. Jefferson was a man who advocated for liberty, freedom, and as mentioned, wrote the well known words that all men are created equal, which have been greatly influential throughout society and have been used time and time and again, especially within social movements and in the abolishment of slavery. The main aspects of that Jefferson wanted to be remembered for are written on his tombstone, which are for writing the Declaration of Independence, a bill for establishing religious freedom, and for founding the University of Virginia. In regards to the Declaration of Independence, Jefferson was known to be an exceptional writer and was therefore chosen to write the Declaration. He was very intelligent and often read. The wording of the Declaration was influenced by works that Jefferson read, such as George Mason's Declaration of Rights and the New Virginia State Constitution. In writing this historical document, Jefferson greatly desired to show the unity among the American people and their desire to be an independent nation. In reference to religious freedom, in 1777, Jefferson wrote a bill for establishing religious freedom, which was not passed until January 16th of 1786. The bill states that no man should be compelled to frequent or support any religious place or ministry whatsoever, nor shall he be enforced, restrained, molested, or burthened in his body or goods, nor shall otherwise suffer on account of his religious opinions or belief, but that all men should be free to profess and by argument to maintain their opinions in matters of religion, and that the same shall in no wise diminish, enlarge, or affect their civil capacities. This bill was a response to the legal requirements, taxes, and persecution that was unjustly enforced by the Church of England prior to the American Revolution. Jefferson's bill helped to inspire the idea that citizens should be able to worship freely and or not worship freely, which enforces the free will which was intended by God himself. The University of Virginia. Jefferson desired to create educational opportunities for the common man, as he felt education was a very important part of freedom. Jefferson wanted to move away from building institutions which are deeply grounded in European styles of learning, and thus Jefferson greatly was greatly influential in developing the concept of the college campus, which is a village dedicated to academia. And Jefferson stated it is safer to have the whole people respectably enlightened than a few in high state of science and many in ignorance. Lastly, I want to talk about slavery. So we have discussed main aspects of Jefferson's legacy, which he chose to be remembered by. Yet there was another part of Jefferson's legacy that he was not as proud of. What has somewhat hurt or contradicted Jefferson's legacy is his own enslavement of African Americans and his well-known relationship with one of his slaves, Sally Hemings, where he fathered several of her children. There are many which have found this to be hypocrisy, as Jefferson spoke against the evils of slavery. In the first draft of the Declaration of Independence, Jefferson even made a stance against the slave trade and how slavery extinguishes the rights of freedom, liberty, and equality. Yet, it is stated that in a typical year, Jefferson owned at least 200 slaves and only emancipated those who were known to be his children. Though Jefferson struggled to live up to his own ideas of equality, one should not let this totally ruin their perception of the former president and the contributions he made in developing the amazing culture of American society, as slavery was unfortunately the common practice of his time. No person is perfect. It is even more inspiring to see that an individual celebrated as Jefferson is human and indeed flawed. Surely Jefferson was fully aware of his wrongs and did not want to be remembered by them. For a person of his stature, to speak out against slavery at this time surely made an impact on the future abolishment of slavery in America. Jefferson's legacy should be viewed as an outstanding intellectual who helped to set the tone for a country based on freedom in all aspects for citizens. Thomas Jefferson died on Independence Day of 1826 at his home in Monticello at the age of 82. Thank you and have a good evening.